Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to episode 2 of the story time of a teacher that was apparently going through some issues, and apparently it was just not meant to be. Anyway, so this goes back to the time I went to Fenton Academy. I applied there, and next thing you know, I was scheduled to have an interview for a position as a teacher assistant, or in this case, a paraprofessional. Now, this, from my recollection when I was younger, there was no such thing as paraprofessional. And it's like, what is that? But I believe this goes back to the COVID year where like teachers needed extra help. And honestly, I understand from their perspective. Apparently, teachers were supposed to be doing dismissal or handling traffic, greeting parents, guardians out there. So when that time came where you had to be selected to be employed for the schools, this is like again after COVID, where I guess the schools needed extra help. So during that time, like after the kids are dismissed, teachers are going to the office creating several assignments for the week, sometimes even 2 weeks. So it was just selected during that time frame where schools had to hire extra help employees at this point for basically helping out the teachers, because it's going to be a toll on having to do traffic, greeting parents, guardians, making sure that the kids are walking home safe, getting picked up by the parents who are there to pick up their kids. So that's the reason why. Now, as for me, I also mentioned that I had worked for Fenton Academy, and when I was working there, I was wondering which teacher am I going to be helping out. And my boss at the time was, or she's still there, but like she's Filipina. So like, she's like, oh wait, I'll hire you. I'm gonna hire you. Well, blah blah. I'm talking no more. I will hire you because one, you already have the experience, and two, you're Filipino. And also, when you're Filipino, you help out other Filipinos, and that's how it just works that way, you know. So I'm walking to meet the teacher who I'm gonna be helping out, and they had this brand new building that was built. I believe it was just months, or if not a year, after the COVID was still going on. And this is the 2021-22 school year. And this was a really cool part where this was split into two groups. One was STEM, and then one was FCLA. So I was in the FCLA team, making sure that we have uh, well known and appreciated role models who are also organized, ensuring that we have really good uh, teams for each paraprofessional. Um, and then also, I was making sure that I got to help this teacher, and I was introduced to her from my boss, getting to meet her. And she was very shy too. She didn't have a mask, and she would just cover her nose and her mouth, and I only got to see her eyes. So hi, name. We got to introduce each other. Hi, this is Miss De La Rosa, and then That's when I'm like, oh hey, it's a Filipina. So we got to talk, got to know each other, and I was helping her out. She was very shy, as it is when you first meet someone. And then after a while, as we moved throughout the months of the school year, it was pretty good. But over time, she was like, we got to make sure that we are being cautious with what we are doing, making sure that we are stable with the position that we're doing. And I guess that's just how kids are, you know, taught at a young age. We're like, oh, hey, make sure that you blame someone so they get in trouble. And then the kids are always right. What is this? Like a store, the customer's always right? How I see it, kids are soft nowadays, like super soft. You get mad at them, you basically raise your voice at them, they cry, and then the employee is the one who gets in trouble. Uh, Also, I mentioned this in a previous video where like I got to do volleyball. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead watch that video. It's I believe with Alejandro Munoz, so it's there in the channel. Um, but with Nicole May De La Rosa, she seemed really cool to the point where it's like, yeah, let's fine, we can do this. And then giving her a birthday cake on her birthday, and I'm like, okay, maybe she can do something nice for me. She didn't really do anything for me, since I had done so much for her. Like I was expecting like a return because you know how Filipinos are. If you're Filipino, then you know. But just in case you are not, we make sure that we look after each other, and we treat each other with respect and also appreciation. But apparently, Nicole May De La Rosa is that different Filipina where like, oh, okay, you are not doing your job right, then I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that you are gone from my view, either to a different classroom or somewhere else. Now, I mentioned somewhere else because I was doing volleyball so well. Like I mentioned, it's in the video, it's in the channel for the Alejandro Munoz volleyball video. But overall, she seemed pretty like sketchy afterwards. She's like, okay, I'm not doing my job well. I'm asking him to make copies, asking him to supervise students while they're doing their test, making sure that they're doing PE, and yet I am the one who gets in trouble. Why is that? And I know for a fact that I'll try and greet her whenever I see Nicole May De La Rosa. I'll greet her saying, hey, how are you? Good morning. But, that's just how it is. But yeah, she is a really sketchy teacher, and she's really, I don't know, she's just weird. But apparently, she's also a dancer, and she does that in the side. And she likes to be on YouTube, but also is against it on YouTube. So, what's up with that? Anyway, this is pretty much it for this rant. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.